there's been a lot of significant changes, to be fair, that we've had to make to our wellbeing strategy. But I think the thing that I'm most delighted with is that the fact it's no longer a push out to the business to say we need to focus on wellbeing, but it's much more of a pull. And we're having many senior leaders, right from our chief executive officer, all the way down the management chain, asking us to come in and talk about wellbeing. So that's been phenomenal. But what it does mean is we've had to stand up a lot more professionals to be able to talk to the strategy and ensure that we're meeting people where they're at. And so what I always say is different people need different things at different times. And I think it's never been more important than right now to focus on that. Even if you think about, where the pandemic first started out in our APJC region, we had to very quickly adapt to a remote workforce. And fortunately, with Cisco technology, we were able to do that very quickly. But of course, as the ripple effect went out across the globe, we then had to think about how do we meet people's needs where they're at, and the timing of that varied as we went through the period. So it's being nimble to adapt and understand what are the key issues that people are facing at this time. There's people that are isolated, there are people that are caregivers, there are people that are homeschooling, and it's a case of being adaptable is the biggest thing that we've had to focus on. So some of the key learnings that we've had in organisation is really continuously adapting to the environment that our employees are in, and how we support people, how we support our managers. I think most importantly, supporting their team members, because this is a different way of working. And so what we're doing is encouraging our team members to ensure that they are talking to their people on a deeper level and a more human to human level as well. And we do that through weekly check-ins, where the manager meets with the employee directly, and we're encouraging our people to also put into their weekly check-in, which is an online tool, not just their work priorities, but what their personal priorities are, because we have to focus on what are the boundaries that our people have in this new work environment that the team leaders need to understand, so that it can be supportive and understand where people need to be met. I think is the most important thing. And we continuously adapt, and I think that's everything from focusing on how do we now support those people who are still having to do homeschooling whilst working as well, and how do we think about those that are isolated and needing some of that social connection as well. So there's a lot that we've got to think through, but I think the adapting and just being versatile. So we work with our vendors, particularly our Pavelka team, who we've worked with for a number of years now on our wellbeing strategy, but working on regular webinars where we're touching on the topics that are coming up for people and talking real example and sharing real stories from managers, from employees, to help everybody, I think, feel more connected on this journey that we're all going through, to be in it together really as well.